been that kind of day. It's been such that kind of day that it's 8 o'clock right now and I'm filming this. So it's gonna be a quick one. And instead, if you haven't watched all the tag videos from last week, I want you to go watch them. I'm gonna link them all below. I actually wanted to talk about some motivational topics today, wellness topics, and so I thought what better way to do so than with a glass of wine in my hand and no makeup on. You can see where I've been picking at my skin. And I thought we should mask, right? It's been insanely humid here, and I went through my mask collection tonight, and it's kind of sad right now. I have no real good exfoliating masks. Well, I have the Iuna, I guess, which is probably what I would normally reach for, but we've already covered that recently. So let's do the next best thing, and let's do the honey mud. It's been so warm here that I feel like, and humid, that's what they never tell you about Hawaii, is that yes, it's beautiful and it's paradise, but there are times when it gets really hot and humid and the air is like still. Nothing is moving. It can be, nothing dries, so like the whole, like when you've had rain like we've had for the last week, like everything just starts to smell special. Okay, so some of my wellness topics. Drinking water. You saw my blue glass jar. I've literally been filling it up and making sure I drink 2,500 mLs, which is essentially 5 of what I was measuring out a day. Because I feel like when you have small children or you're just busy in general, it's so hard to drink water, like enough water. You have like one sip and you're like, I drank water today. So it's been really helping with my energy level. Like it's crazy. Drinking water, the key to life. And then also, I did a couple vlogs about this a long time ago, but I do CrossFit. I love CrossFit. I've been doing it since 2013. If it was up to me, I would go every day. But since I had my second child, it has been so tough to get there and to make time, and my husband's job changed right around that time, and so it's just been, it seems like it's been a big family sacrifice for me to get there, because my options are to go in the afternoon, and you know, kids in the later afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, they start needing a lot of stuff. My youngest in the beginning was always going to bed at 6 o'clock, so it's just really hard for me to get to CrossFit. And since he's gotten a little bit older, I've been able to go back a little bit, but still with my husband's job and then this like traffic situation, I know it sounds crazy that we have traffic here, but we do. This one particular traffic situation makes it really hard for him to even make it there by 5 sometimes. So I had this talk with him. I'm like, we are just working way too hard and not smart enough about this all, you know? And I really hate when it feels like, believe it or not, for the most part with Face Mask Alchemy, my videos, I'm able to do all of that in a way that doesn't like impact the family. You know, it's like, oh, I have a half an hour here, you guys are chilling watching a show, I'll go film a video. I do all my editing at night when they're asleep, but this CrossFit thing was like really bothering me. I'm like, it's just taking up too much family time. So I kind of made up my mind that I was going to take a break from doing it, because the other thing about CrossFit is that like you have to go consistently, because there's so many different movements that you can do that you know, it wasn't going consistently enough, like 3 days a week, but it wasn't always on the same day. And like the CrossFit that I go to, the programming is like very set out. So I decided, I'm like, I'm gonna do this little fitness challenge for myself. I was kind of like, you know, I feel like some of the basic movements of exercise I'm not improving at. Like my core really suffered after my second son. I think partially because I was doing CrossFit through both of my pregnancies, but my abs have never really realigned correctly. And so unless I'm constantly doing ab work, you know, I can really feel it sometimes that they're not as strong as they could be. And then the other thing about CrossFit is that sometimes it's these really short bursts of movement, but you don't get that long distance cardio from like running for 30 minutes. And that's what I used to do before CrossFit. I used to do all like long distance exercises, like long distance runs, long distance swims. I feel like my fitness level, even though I'm trying so hard to exercise, is not very good right now. So I decided I'm going to take the month of March off and I'm going to do a little fitness challenge for myself. And it's going to involve me doing 500 movements of some sort every day. So I'm going to change it up, but I'm going to run 2 miles 5 days a week. And then I'm going to do 500 reps of something, abs, squats, push-ups, all in a very like reasonable sort of way. Well, I'm not going to get extreme here. But I just want to do some of these, get back to some of these body weight movements like push-ups. Like I've been going back to CrossFit like religiously for like 4 or 5 months and I still am not improving on my push-ups. So I really just want to take some time and improve my sit-ups, squats, push-ups, and like just start there with some other basic movements with like 3 and 5 pound weights. Like granted, that's kind of like comical for CrossFit because you're dealing in like 80, 90, 100, 120 pound weights. But there's something to be said for a lot of reps with a light weight. Anyway, none of that is related to skincare, although I know a lot of you are interested in more than just skincare, so I thought I would talk about my wellness, attempt to wellness. Every day it's an attempt, no matter what the wellness bloggers tell you. Okay, so let's jump into probably what a lot of you are interested in talking about, and that is peptides. Maybe you remember, or maybe you're new to my channel, but let me just tell you I did a series of 3 videos on peptides. Particularly, I think the most interesting one that you might be interested in is types of peptides. Because it's easy to ask for a recommendation about peptide products, but you guys know I'm not that way all the time. I want to encourage you to find out what might be best for your skin. And the thing about peptides is it's actually really easy to do, to just kind of dig around and find out what's on the market, because these are products made by commercial cosmeceutical companies. Something like Matrixol 3000, which is in some of the Garden of Wisdom products. That's like a trade name, and you purchase that ingredient preparation and you put it in your products. So it's pretty much like that with all the peptides. It's not like a bunch of different oils where you're cruising around and you're like, I think I'll put argan oil in there. I think I'll put avocado oil. No, you're buying like a commercially prepared peptide product and you're adding it to your formulation at a certain stage of the game. So it's actually easier than you'd think to kind of research what's out there on the market. But like I said, you want to know the different types of peptides, check out my peptides videos. I'm going to link them all below. I'm going to be talking more about peptides coming up here. I did want to mention, because I know people do like specific product recommendations, that I have been using the Eternal Youth Elixir from Garden of Wisdom. The reason I like that product is because, you know, the thing with peptides is that you're hoping to penetrate the epidermis down to the dermis. And that's not an easy feat. So the thing that I like about the Garden of Wisdom Eternal Youth Elixir is that it's in a liposome base. So it's in this fatty base that encapsulates the ingredients, and they believe that that's able for it to penetrate deeper and stay in the skin longer, possibly being more beneficial. So that's why I like that product. That's why I like Garden of Wisdom. They list the trade name, so if you're looking for a product with Matrixol 3000, it's right there. Somebody asked me on Instagram about the Ordinary's products, Matrixol and hyaluronic acid. I think it was $11.99 for the product. And I was like, you know, that's a really solid peptide preparation. Why not try it for $12 and see if what it does for you? I know that Jordan Samuel, from Mary Ann out there, I know that Jordan Samuel makes a peptide cream. I think it's a really nice, I call it a booster serum. So it's really nice to add to oils. It's really nice to add to his hydrate. So if you're looking for a product that's inexpensive. You know, with some of these things that you're not sure if it's gonna work for you, I always say start cheap. Start cheap. If you don't see a difference, then move up to the next grade. The other thing is Arginine is a peptide. My friend Cheryl from the Free Range Diva swears by Arginine. I will link her video. I think it's one of the first videos I've ever watched of hers, actually. I will link that below if you want to watch that video. Okay, Trish from Scent Hive sent me this active gel toner. 2 gorgeous skin days with this beautiful product. Look, it's like we had an essence in Green Beauty all along. We just didn't know it. We just didn't know it! So it feels exactly like a gel. I can't wait to try it on the long-term basis, but it feels so much, it's thicker than an essence, but I haven't had it ball up. So it's got aloe leaf juice, glycerin, white tea extract, calendula extract. It's got a preservative, niacinamide, another preservative, Rose of Jericho extract, hyaluronic acid. It's got a gum. It's feeling very divine with their cream, I will say that. Used this in combo 2 days in a row. Liking it. Liking it. More on that to come. And then, if you've made it this far in the video, I do have something exciting to tell you that I've been working on. It's a series that I have planned so far is 20 videos. And my hope is I'm going to film them in 4 video segments and then, you know, release them. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm hoping the first one will be out either next week or the week after. So anyway, stay tuned for that because I think you guys are gonna love what I have planned for you. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay tuned. Okay, the Maui Minute. Bye, have a great week. Thanks for watching.